Welcome to Entertainer and Lifestyles Television. We have a festive lineup for you today as we try to spread some holiday joy. And if you're hearing some jingling bells, it's not your imagination. We're in Holiday Central, otherwise known as Balboa Park, which is gearing up for the annual, much anticipated December nights. And with me is Park Ranger Kim Ducklow, here to tell us a little bit more about the wonderful event that we've got coming up.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Now, Balboa Park is more notably known as the cultural hub of San Diego. It's lined with museums and cafes and parks. But what is the history? What is the story behind the glory, so to speak?
Well, it was set aside way back in 1868, and you would scarcely recognize it. It was a large, deserted mesa top with low-lying coastal sage scrub. It was a natural park here of nearly 1,400 acres in size. It wasn't until the arrival of our famous horticulturist Kate Sessions in the late 1890s that the park began to subtly transform. A lot more trees and shrubs were visible, but it really started to look like it does in the present day with the arrival of the Panama, California Exposition of 1915 and 1916.
And what about the museums? How did they come about?
Well, they ended up occupying the left behind exposition buildings. We had a second exposition in the middle of the Depression in the 1930s, and once those had been abandoned, those ultimately became the homes for about 15 different museums and maybe 85 different nonprofit organizations that still reside in some part of the park.
Well, because of the beauty of the park and its cultural history as well, Balboa Park is often the setting for many of San Diego's festivals, including December Nights, which is up and coming. What can you tell us a little bit about this year's event?
Yeah, the largest free festival that we have started way back in 1978, a much smaller event with maybe 2,000 to 3,000 people, and it's just grown and grown and grown over the years until now. It is just absolutely massive and probably the true kickoff for the holiday season for most San Diegans.
Well, it sounds like it's a great way to kick off the countdown to the holiday season, and we're going to talk a little bit more about December Nights in a moment. But first, San Diego always seems to have something exciting brewing every single month, and last month was no exception by any means. San Diego hosted the Wine and Food Festival on the scenic San Diego Bay. It's one of the largest in the nation, featuring premier wines from around the world and trend-setting chefs. If you missed it, don't worry, we saved a little taste of this wine and food frenzy for you. Let's take a look.
What I enjoy about the Food and Wine Festival is seeing all the restaurants that come out to participate in this event, and you're able to see what everyone has to offer. Everyone puts their best dishes in front of them, and it just gives you a great dining experience.
It's all about the San Diego Food and Wine Festival.
You gotta come every year. Look at this. 4 years in a row. It's the best thing ever. The weather is beautiful, San Diego.
My sister and I and my friend that's over there, we're celebrating our birthdays. We're like, this will be a good thing to celebrate our birthdays because we all love wine, we love food, so we're here celebrating our November birthdays. Hurrah for Scorpios.
No, I think here is the best of San Diego in general. Like even the competition, it's just so great to see all the chefs come out here and, show some creativity and have a little fun, and it's a tight-knit community here.
And there's hard alcohol, so you can do shots. You can make things different. You can make things up between the alcohol and the food. Like I created my own little Bloody Mary with the vodka.
My name's John Stone. I'm the executive chef and partner for Roy's downtown San Diego. What we've done today is we've taken the idea of a ramen bowl and we've recreated it in a whole nother way, kind of applying modern technique to something that's very old and ancient and traditional.
My name is Anthony Sensei. I'm the executive chef at Burlap in Del Mar, and today we're preparing a crispy veal sweetbread with apple kimchi, apple puree, and apple cloud, smoked in rosemary.
So Roy Yamaguchi is a mentor to me and to the rest of my staff. He's given us an amazing opportunity to do food that he is extraordinarily excited about, that we can present and show to people, and it's another aspect of Roy's food, and giving us the opportunity to use his name to show people a whole nother level of cuisine.
I mean, this is the happening place to be. I mean, you have chefs flying from all over the country. To this year, we have Chef Katsuya Fukushima, who happens to be a really, really good friend of mine. Chef R.J. Cooper, also from Washington, D.C., Mike Isabella, Gavin Kaysen, I mean, Roy Yamaguchi. I mean, the list goes on and on.
I just think it's awesome that people can come down in San Diego, have the opportunity to cruise around, drink, eat, just experience how beautiful it is. What is it, November 15th, 16th? I mean, look at this. I grew up in New Jersey outside New York City, so look at where we are.
Guys, leave all the wives at home. Let them stay there at home. Come on down, it's a great time. Drinks, food, all you can drink, all you can eat. Guaranteed you're gonna have a great time.
And you get to see all the purple that you want.
You should come. There's a lot of like free stuff, like food. I'm already stuffed and it's only like an hour in. And we still have like 3 hours to go and we got a lot more to go.
I just think that since I've lived in San Diego for 4 years, it's really blown up and proliferated. It's gotten bigger and bigger, and we've had more and more chefs from all over the country and the world come in. And I think it's a good representation of the burgeoning aspect and consciousness that's involved in the culinary scene in San Diego. San Diego is growing as a whole consciously with its food and where it's coming from, and I think that this is a phenomenal representation of that.
It's all good. Leave it at that. It's all good. Enjoy it all.
If you missed out on the fun in the San Diego Bay Wine and Food Festival, don't despair. You have another great opportunity to enjoy some delicious food and spirits, as well as unique cultural events right here in our very own Balboa Park. Park Ranger Kim has stuck around with us to tell us a little bit more, and I guess I wasn't so far off when I said spirits.
No, there's certainly spirit in the time of the season,
Right?
but also food, glug, which is a type of mulled wine, and other drinks for the adults. But it's really a family-oriented event, and it has, you know, carolers and music, and museums are open for free from 5 to 9 both nights.
All the museums?
All of the museums.
Okay.
So it's a really terrific time to come out with family and enjoy the park in a beautiful new way at night with all the lights up and running.
It's going to be so beautiful. And what specific attractions, like for example, what can kids look forward to?
Well, they can probably meet Santa Claus. They
Oh.
might even be able to see the Grinch. Here we are at the Old Globe Theater Complex. I think they can do that. There are opportunities to visit the Lego train at the Museum of Railroading. So there's so many things for kids to do. It really is a family event.
December 7th and 8th, that's December nights. It sounds like a great way to kick off the holidays. And the holidays are the time that we're doing a lot of sitting, whether you're hunched over the dinner table or snuggling for hours next to the fireplace. We're a lot less active during the holiday season, and we may even start to get some lower back pain. But here to save us from that are our friends from the Sporting Club. Our favorite personal trainer, Chris Machine, is going to focus in on back stretches. Let's take a look.
Hi, Chris Machine coming to you here from the Sporting Club at the Aventine. Thank you for joining us for another fitness tip of the week. Today I'm going to show you some stretches to help minimize lower back discomfort. Today we have Danny joining us. He's going to help us out with some of these exercises. So let's get right to work here. What I'm going to have Danny do here first is I'm going to have him lie on his back. Now what you're going to notice about a lot of the stretches I'm going to show you today is that a lot of them have nothing to do with stretching the back out, and really what we're going to focus on is the hips. The hips complex has so many different things going on with it that if anything starts pulling on those hips, that's where that lower back discomfort comes in. Specifically, we're going to work on the back side of the hips right now. We're starting with the piriformis. To do this exercise, all he's going to do is go into a figure 4, and then I'm having him reach through with both arms and pull the back of his knee right into his chest. Okay? Danny's pretty tight right here. If he had a little bit more flexibility, I have him grab the top of his knee. So as you get a little more flexibility, and if you can reach for it, you want to reach for this top knee, and you're just pulling this into the chest. That's giving him a nice stretch right here on the piriformis. Okay, let's do the other side real quick. Again, he's going to reach through right for the back of that knee. And you want to relax here when you're stretching. You always want to focus on deep breathing and relaxing when you're stretching. If you're tense, you're not going to receive that stretch here. Good, come on down. Okay, now Danny's already in position for our next exercise. He's going to stay in that figure 4 position. And all I'm going to have him do for this one is bring his arms right out to the side. We're going to add lower body rotation. I'm going to have him drop this right to the floor. Okay, Again, shoulders want to maintain on the ground here. What he's going to do is he's going to abduct that knee, so he's going to open this knee. Get a nice stretch again here in the hips. Take a couple deep breaths, and he's going to come back in, and I'll have him come back to the top. And let's do the other side. You want to spend about 30 seconds on each one of these stretches. We're kind of rolling through them quickly. If you have one side that's tighter than the other, don't be afraid to do that side twice. Again, bring that foot flat to the ground and then abducting the knee, opening really wide here, getting lots of stretching in the hip area. Okay, last stretch, we're gonna use the stability ball for this last one. I'm gonna have Danny come into a kneeling position. Okay, he's gonna bring one foot on top of that stability ball. So I'm looking for nice straight lines here and then really extending through the hip, so he's gonna drive that hip forward. Make sure you stay nice and tall here through the spine. Good. Again, he's getting a nice stretch in the quad and the hip. Let's try the other side. Now, if you don't have a stability ball, you can use a wall. Definitely want to put something comfortable because you're putting a lot of weight into that knee. Again, driving the hips forward, good posture, nice and tall, and then bring it back. Good. So those are 3 quick exercises that you can do if you're experiencing lower back discomfort. We hope to see you here at the club, and thanks for joining us for another fitness tip of the week.
And we're back in beautiful Balboa Park with Park Ranger Kim Duclos. Balboa Park is undergoing a transformation. It's turning into a winter wonderland for the upcoming December Nights Festival, which I'm very excited about. Park Ranger, we're expecting upwards of 300,000 people to be coming. Amazing.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that 1 out of 10 people living in the county are going to be here at this event.
That is hard to believe, and it wasn't always this big, but now it is.
Yeah, it's grown and grown and grown. Everything that you traditionally loved about the event is still here. We just add something new virtually every year.
Well, now that it's this big, you have to be prepared for that many people, and people who are coming need to be prepared for what to expect and where to park. Where can they find that information?
Yeah, there's a variety of places to find it, but probably the best bet would be to go to www.balboapark.org/December Nights, and that will give you everything you would need to know about the event, not only the food vendors that'll be here, where the entertainment's going to be, but perhaps most importantly, where we hope you might be able to find parking and the public transportation that's been added to get you to the event.
Yeah, it sounds like a great time, old-fashioned, festive family fun. Now again, that website is balboapark.org/December Nights for all the information that you need. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was a pleasure, and we just invite everybody to come down and have a wonderful kickoff to the holiday season.
Thanks so much, Ranger Kim. And December Nights is a great activity for the entire family to take advantage of. But Balboa Park also offers a variety of entertaining and educational activities year-round. It's a must for residents and tourists who travel to San Diego from all over the world. It has so much to offer, in fact, that our friends Pat and Wayne Dunlap will be telling us more about this impressive park, as well as other San Diego destinations. Wayne and Pat are experts in the art of travel, having written the popular book, Plan Your Escape. Pat and Wayne truly have a passion for travel. They have been featured on many media outlets, including a travel blog for the Huffington Post, and they're here today with a special show within the show featuring some valuable tips right here from within Balboa Park.
Hello, I'm Pat.
And I'm Wayne Dunlap. Welcome to our Plan Your Escape TV show. We have an exciting show for you today, visiting America's finest city, San Diego.
Isn't it beautiful? I mean, it's just a gorgeous place, and this is winter. Look at the weather we're having. It's wonderful. So we're going to also tell you how to save money while you're here.
Pat and I have been all around the world, and we've always had San Diego on our travel bucket list, and I'm sure glad that we came here because San Diego has it all. It has beautiful weather all year round, lovely beaches, there's some wonderful attractions that we're going to be sharing with you, some great options for dining, entertainment, and it has some really lovely romantic places that's Pat's favorite, and some fabulous historical sites like right here in Balboa Park.
Balboa Park is absolutely beautiful. It has a Spanish architect to it, and it's just stunning. You feel like you're walking around in Europe, and the gardens are just beautiful.
And I like the historical value of everywhere we go. And Balboa Park was built for the 1915 Exposition. Just a few miles from here is the California's first Spanish mission and the earliest settlements in Old Town. Gosh, we've got a great travel tip. We went on the Old Town trolley and just had a lovely time. It takes you some of the best places all around San Diego, and you can get on and off, have lunch. It was a lovely afternoon. It's the Old Town Trolley. We highly recommend it.
We've been having such a wonderful time. We went to the little town of Del Mar, which is a beautiful little beach city. Then we went to La Jolla, which is the jewel of the sea, and it's right on the ocean and it's gorgeous. Taking the ferry over to Coronado was a lot of fun, and then driving up Highway 101 was so scenic. And we're only an hour from Disneyland.
You know, that's true, and San Diego is so wonderful. And we have a great travel tip for you today, how you can best take advantage of it. And that is travel off-season. The time between Labor Day and Thanksgiving is a wonderful time to come to San Diego. We have some beautiful weather, and you can find great deals on flights, hotels, and even car rentals.
And you can find them through your regular websites like Kayak and Priceline, which are just wonderful. And remember to Google What's Up San Diego, and they'll tell you of all the fairs and festivals that they have all year long because of the beautiful weather.
Yeah, and San Diego is just chock full of wonderful attractions like the San Diego Zoo and SeaWorld. And we've got a great idea for you. We just saved a lot of money. We joined the zoo membership, and that allowed us to get into both San Diego Zoo and Safari Park, and we had discounts for the other members of our party. So when you come to San Diego, look into becoming a zoo member, and you may be able to save some money.
And you can save a lot of money just staying domestically, which is really wonderful. And you can go on and find things on the internet. What we found was a great tip. Go on and find Southwest Airlines. It's a budget airline that's not on your regular website. So go on their website directly and you can really save some money. Southwest is great because it allows 2 bags for free.
We've saved a lot of money using budget airlines like Southwest, and we've been able to afford some wonderful adventures all through the United States, like the one we're having here in San Diego. Boy, we're excited. We're going to get off our first stop here at the Old Town Trolley to get some food at the Cafe Coyote here in Old Town. We're here at San Diego's beautiful Old Town. This is where California started. It's the birthplace of California back in the 1700s.
There's over 25 restaurants here, and we're at our favorite, the Cafe Coyote. And it has fabulous Mexican food and the best margaritas in the world. Isn't this romantic?
It is.
Yeah. I'm trying the nachos, and they're fabulous. And their homemade guacamole is just the best.
Well, I've been told that some of my guacamole is some of the best around, but you can't beat the Mexican guacamole. Also, these spices, the authentic chili with really nice spices inside makes a really nice combination. So you can try a little bit of the guacamole, and then you try a little bit of the spices.
Good stuff.
Boy, you can't beat the Mexican cuisine.
This is fun. I want to go shopping after this, so eat up, you know.
Oh, well, we better get our strength up for that. Shopping is always one of the best things I like to do. But maybe a little bit of margarita will make it fun, too.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like our food is here. Oh, fabulous. Let's make room. Oh, I have the lobster. Doesn't that look beautiful? It's Porta Nueva style, and it's cooked and broiled, and it has rice and beans. It looks fabulous. What do you have?
You know, I ordered the shrimp. They do it with tequila and lime, and you have tequila and lime butter. You put it in there and just, oh, this is amazing. I wish you could join me. Oh, it's one of my favorite things.
And I'm going to try the lobster. It looks fabulous. And I have it with butter.
Boy, this is lovely.
I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
Very lovely, isn't it?
Well, these guys have claws on them here. So the way you do that, you get a claw cracker and you just... All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, this is one of the best parts of the lobster. It's right in the claw. You pull it out. And it's always fun to share too. So here's.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, usually you have a little bib on when you do this, and you've probably seen those with the lobster on it. We like to do it the old style, where you just kind of go for it.
Old school, as they say.
Old school. Of course, you know, I do bring along a little bit of a cleaner because I get things all over my shirts at times, but well, that's all the spice of life, just having fun.
And can I try one of your shrimp?
You can. Which one would you
Great.
like?
I'll grab this one, thank you. Tequila lime shrimp. My favorite.
What do you think? To the good life in Old Town.
Thank you.
You know, there's a lot of really just wonderful ships you can visit here. Right to my right over here is the old Soviet attack submarine. You can climb through its little dark halls and you can pretend just like you're a little submariner. It's really a lot of fun. And then right behind me is a really great ship. This is the ship that was the ship in the movie Masters and Commander. Can you imagine Russell Crowe swinging across the ropes as the old swashbuckler? I just love that movie. You know, also right here we have the star of the show, the Star of India. This is the oldest acting sailing ship in the whole world. It's an old clipper ship. It dates way back, and every once in a while they jump on board about twice a year and they sail it around the harbor. This is a really exciting ship to go visit and tour. And the price of one ticket, you can visit all these ships and even more. And you can learn all about these by going to sandiego.org. It's a great website called sandiego.org. And I've got a great tip for you. Gosh, you know, we plan all our trips all around the world using wikitravel.org. It's a great website. Wikitravel.org has over 25,000 destinations, and it's got hotels and restaurants and places to visit, and it's got history and geography. So if you're planning a trip, log on to wikitravel.org. It's a great resource. We just visited San Diego's waterfront Embarcadero. Pat loves boat rides, and no trip is complete until Pat gets on a boat. Leaving from the Embarcadero is one of San Diego's best-kept secrets, the San Diego Flagship Cruises Ferry, where you can take a 15-minute ferry departing on the San Diego Harbor and arriving at the Coronado Ferry Landing.
This ferry ride is a wonderful mini cruise across San Diego Bay. For just $4.25, you can experience the sights and tranquility of a cruise without the expense. I love being on the ocean, seeing the beautiful San Diego skyline, and watching the sailboats go by.
After a relaxing ferry ride, you're dropped off at the Coronado Ferry Landing, the perfect place to shop and grab some lunch. This charming place features a collection of over 20 shops, art galleries, fine restaurants, and casual eateries. This is a picturesque shopping plaza that any San Diego or Coronado tourist should take the time to explore.
Our next destination is one of Wayne's favorite places to visit in San Diego because of some of the interesting historical facts. The Hotel del Coronado.
We're at the beautiful Coronado Beach. It's just stunning here, and it's free, and it's lovely to enjoy.
Well, you know, the Coronado Beach is just lovely, and all through San Diego we have lovely beaches. But this one has been consistently voted one of the top beaches in America by the Travel Channel. It's got silky sand, it goes along for miles. And you know, that reminds me of a really great travel tip. You know, you can enjoy resorts all around the world without having to stay. We do it all the time. We come in and have lunch, or we have a drink, and we can play with the resort all day long without having that expense of actually staying there. And also some resorts actually have a resort day use that you can use the pools and other things. So you can actually pay a little fee and you actually use the resorts without having the expensive places to stay.
Behind us, you'll notice the Del Coronado Hotel. It has a lot of history to it. It's really amazing.
When the Hotel Del opened in 1888, it was the largest resort hotel in the world. Now is the last of California's Victorian seaside resorts and one of the largest wood structures in the world. Since it was built over 120 years ago, the Hotel Del Coronado has remained one of the grandest resorts around, the epitome of elegance and luxury, becoming the choice resort for both romantic getaways and family vacations.
They made a movie here with Marilyn Monroe in 1958 called Some Like It Hot. And if you go into the hotel, they actually have a museum set up with pictures of her from the movie.
Yeah, and you know, I think there's a scandal here, isn't there?
There is. There's a romantic scandal.
Yeah.
The King of England, King Edward VIII, gave up his throne for the divorcee, Mrs. Simpson. They used to have their rendezvous here at the Hotel Del.
Well, if I had a throne, I'd give it up for you.
Oh, what a guy.
We'd like to thank you for joining us today, and we want to remind you to go to our website, PlanYourEscapeTV.com, where we'll be telling you more details about the places we visited today and some great travel tips. Well, thank you for watching today, and we just have one more last thing to say.
See you on the road.
And those were our friends Pat and Wayne Dunlap taking us on yet another adventure, this time in our very own city, San Diego. We had such a great time today visiting beautiful Balboa Park with the holiday spirit about to reach full throttle. We hope that you enjoyed the show as much as we did bringing it to you. From our family at Entertainer and Lifestyles Television, we wish you and yours much joy this holiday season. I'm Maya Trabulsi. As always, thanks for watching.